it? Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First carry here for Joe Mixon.
Number 28.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's got his man, Boyd. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 20.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Brought down by
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Now Joe Mixon fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. You better be afraid of me. You better.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
57. Mike, 57. Watch the clock.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
First and 10 at the
So they'll come up in
43.
Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL.
26. Adrian
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Geno Atkins on the stop. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bengals 41-yard line.
From the 41, Haskins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. He was able to escape the pocket and get out of bounds. You like the decision-making?
I love the decision-making, and I love the execution, because you just know that his eyes were darting all over the place. You know, they talk about keeping your head on a swivel, looking for the danger spots where the hits are going to come from. How about him getting all he could out of that run and then getting out of bounds?
And he told us, look, I'm a rookie. I'm waiting for the game to slow down, but it seems like he's processing things pretty well.
He certainly is. He's slowing the game down himself with his actions.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Airing one out for Boyd. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Complete to Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Washington nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 24, Haskins. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
DJ
Reader there on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
15-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll try the left side. Gibson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Gibson, the ball carrier.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Haskins. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Flush to his right. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
13 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 44-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From midfield now, Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. A carry now for McKissick. And that one going nowhere from the start, as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half, it's Haskins. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. And that is going to be incomplete. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins got home that time.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big?
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Tressway now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
To number 18,
A.J. Green, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, David. Check. Lucky.
From the gun, Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Mixon. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes. RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now.
Adrian Peterson off to the races. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson, 95 yards. And Washington has made this a one-score game. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Bengals 14, Washington 11.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They'll come up now on second and a yard.
Second and a yard at the 34-yard.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Mixon, the ball carrier.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Cincinnati.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow on the screen, Bernard. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. That's out to the left and complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Wide receiver.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for them to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for them. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
On second down now, Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown.
Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. On first down, Peterson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Ball carrier.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. Yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And a Bengal first
Clock
down.
running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Chase Young.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Going deep downfield for Ron. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now, Bullock to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Makes the score Bengals 28, Washington 11.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Kill. Hey, turn it up. No, front. That's right. Hey, alert 3. Slam. Kill.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Looking to throw, Haskins. That one is slant to McLaurin. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Haskins on first down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. They're trying to eat some clock with Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Right at the line.
Gerard Payne's one of a good number of young defensive tackles in the game. Made a nice stop there, now in his 3rd year out of Alabama.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking up the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop?
A gain of 14. First down, Bengals.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he powers his way up past the 30.
Mixon, the Bengals.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry.